Drivers say if you ever slow down near exit 13, she crawls out from underneath your car. And by the time you hear her breathing, it's already too late. David Turner was exhausted that night, more tired than he had been in months. After a brutal double shift at the auto shop, all he wanted was to get home, collapse on his bed, and forget the world existed. He rolled down the highway with heavy eyes, fighting sleep, while the long, empty stretch of Interstate 75 swallowed the road ahead. Fog drifted low across the pavement, thick and heavy. The radio kept crackling, the way it always did near exit 13, the place locals avoided. The one stretch of road truckers refused to talk about after dark. David had heard the stories. Everyone. A woman killed in a hit and run. Her face shattered, her body dragged 4 yards. Never identified. Never given justice, and the legend that followed. She hides under passing cars, and if a driver slows, Evan Alito, she crawls out. David snorted to himself. Just stories, he muttered. People make stuff up. Still, when the road sign appeared, exit 131 MIL, he felt something cold slide down his spine. A few minutes later, something hit the underside of the truck. Thunk. David jerked in his seat. What the hell? Then came the scraping. Not metal. Not plastic. It sounded like fingernails dragging along the bottom of the truck. His chest tightened. Probably a branch, he whispered. Relax, man. But the scraping grew louder. Then a slow, ragged, wet-sounding breathing began beneath him. David's pulse spiked. He grabbed the wheel harder, knuckles white. He wanted to speed up, but a construction zone ahead forced him to slow to 25 miles per hour. The moment he eased off the accelerator, the scraping changed. It was closer now. Moving. Like something repositioning itself. Then NOC cut directly below his seat. David's heart almost stopped. Don't brake, he whispered. Do not brake. But the narrow lane forced him to keep steady, slow, exposed. When the cones finally ended, he pressed the gas hard. The truck groaned like it was carrying dead weight, then suddenly lurched forward as if something let go. David didn't breathe for 10 seconds straight. When he glanced in the rearview mirror, nothing was behind him. Completely empty road. Then the radio cut out. A woman's whisper slid through the static. You didn't stop. David slammed the radio, but the whisper grew clearer. You didn't stop. You didn't help. You left me. Who are you? He yelled. The whisperer fell silent. Then something landed on the roof. Thud. Dubby ducked, gripping the wheel. The roof dented inward. Something heavy crawled across it, slow, scraping, deliberate. He didn't dare look up. Hairline cracks formed along the windshield. Tiny at first, then spreading. Fast. No, David whispered. A face appeared at the top edge of the glass, upside down. Inches away, she looked like she had been thrown across asphalt at 80 miles per hour. Her skull twisted wrong. Her jaw destroyed. One eyeball missing. Her only remaining eye glowing white. Her shredded hair hung down as she stared at him. You didn't stop for me, she rasped. David shook his head violently. I don't know you. I've never. She cut him off with a guttural shriek that rattled the glass. You all say that. Her bony, broken fingers tapped the windshield, cracking it further. You drive fast. You don't look. You don't care. She crawled lower, her breath fogging the cracked glass. You killed me. And when I hit the ground, you drove away. I didn't, David shouted. I never. She slammed both hands against the glass. It shattered inward. David shielded his face as glass shards exploded into the truck. Before he could react, she was inside. Her cold hand clamped over his mouth. Her breath smelled of gasoline, dirt, and blood. Every driver denies it, she whispered. But someone did it. And I will climb under every car. until I find the one who left me to die." Her fingernails dug into his cheek. Blood ran warm along his skin. "Please," David choked. "I'm not the one." She tilted her cracked head. "Maybe not," she whispered, "but you slowed down." She leaned closer, her dead eye locked on his, and slowing down. "Invites me." In a burst of cold wind and broken glass, she vanished. The truck spun toward the shoulder. David fought the wheel, muscles burning. The tires screeched as he slammed to a stop. Silence. The highway was dead empty. He stepped out, shaking so badly he could barely stand. When he crouched to check under the truck, he froze. 2 long blood smear marks dragged from the front bumper to the rear tire, and wedged between the axle and metal frame, a clump of dark, matted hair. David stumbled back, choking. Then he heard an engine in the distance. A car approached. It slowed slightly, as it neared exit 13, and David watched, frozen in horror, as something pale, twisted, broken, crawled out from underneath it. The ghostly woman pulled herself up the side of the car, her ruined face inches from the window. Her whisper drifted down the empty road. He didn't stop. The car sped away. Thais screaming, but she was already smiling. Exit 13 had claimed another, and she wasn't done hunting.